sunny evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to. Make my...
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky...
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with this...
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something. Why didn't anyone come to me?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out, but now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost, that likely set his internal alarms off all at... Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would... So after giving the matter some thought, I must say I was...
So you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem... And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have... They would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate...
You used us as a part of your plan, Tim?
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, but I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to... Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really... Would you be willing to lend me your...
But Paimon's still mad at you.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters. I've examined one before. The other is the true purpose of the Black Gem. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my... I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering. Yes, my lover Faisal told me all about you.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear that rather than listening to me explain what it is, every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for your grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have...
Like we believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want...
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the...
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just thankfully, he has already returned to his senses.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like.
It's all right, Avise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already...
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say.
But why?
In that case, Avise and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apology.
Miss Avise, please show me your head. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have longed. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the gods of the... Why are you doing everything in your power to prove... I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the fortress of... All right, Avise.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes... We should have shown him his...
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. Oh, he must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were... And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is... Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is... However, if we were to look at the rules, it would all...
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But if there's nothing on her head... I can't seem to... From the way Dugier... But if there's nothing on...
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about...
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier. That would mean that Avise didn't stay silent out of fear. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long,
Paimon's
Let's see. What if we do...
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking. And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you
Dugier would be able to censure others. The moment it hits you would be like agony, desolation, and an overwhelm.
So, was the hat...
And that might not even be all. We can't let Dugier escape with all of...
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this
I had them stay here to keep an eye on. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring...
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh, Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away from...
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable... Let's go check out the other areas, too.
Hey, come here! Have a look at this! This is a book that Paimon found in a... The colors of the covers are completely different. Yeah! And they did...
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, so even if Dugier's not there in person, indeed, it's easy. And if any action you take, maybe Dugier has already taken.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever... The lime scale, the layers of... We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to...
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of... Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value. So instead of being his real base, and only the most docile and well-trained...
But then... where...
Dugier must be holding all... He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. Let's keep heading down. There are some... We should be on the right track. Let's go. We can take...
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! Paimon sees some society members too!
After them!
It's rising! Run!
Did Dugier send you? Why did you...
Come on! It's time to talk!
I will take your cooperation into consideration.
Mr. Dugier, he didn't want... We were just about to dispose...
So, in other words, your headquarters should be the...
Yes, it's just down this way.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we...
The campaign begins.
There's so much space down here!
Yeah, these are all former work areas. There are usually guards on patrol here. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of...
I've seen stars.
Into the wind!
Let's begin.
Shine down!
I see everything.
The wind knows me.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guard.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dougier...
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out...
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Ah, this should be this. Members are not permitted to speak to each other, or 5 members shall form a... Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and... I see.
But that's just...
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She's usually all for tasty snacks, but...
Is that the best example you could...
No, your decision was valid. However, the human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of... Rather than confront Dougier, I think it's more important right now for us to... You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have to... Forget it. Pirate's just gonna do... Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go!
Get a little chilly. Don't run away now.
Illusion shattered!
Stay cool. Face your guilt. Go!
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Ooh! The water level's gone way up! So that's how we'll make it to the top!
There's no escape!
Just stay true to the way.
Bombs away!
I see everything.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind. Hey, it's all right now. You can leave this place.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again. Don't close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down. We're not bad people.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her.
The door's open. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to...
Understood. And please take care as well.
Just focus on the... Let's go back. That mechanism from the first room. Don't forget to bring these along.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some... Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. And today you will see with your own eyes. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop.
Thistle. I'm sorry.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so black?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people.
You, Starback, have you forgotten? What's so wrong about punishing those who... And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place...
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as... The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for just as people are free to give in to... They may have made mistakes, but they are still human. And most importantly, they should always... But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom, and you say that's what they've always
He's really...
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley. Well, I think you're too young and naive. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control.
Go! Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind.
Let's begin. Get a little chilly.
Shine down!
Commit it to memory.
Water jet! Wipe out! Clouds high, the birds call!
There is no escape!
Run away now. If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood. Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so...
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be. I have to take responsibility for it. As does the fortune. Yeah.
So, do you have a plan?
Oh, Dugier? I've already got enough. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? Why?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever...
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? Anyway, jokes aside, how about this? I'll treat you to a meal and...
No.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare.
Oh, then you've got...
you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals, even if the traveler forgets. That's not what Paimon meant at all. Wriothesley?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more.
You sure got everything.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. That's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children but I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in—
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a reason for some—
It was all because you arrived.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you—
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help.
It's... I'd like to be...
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society, but even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, and after this incident, we've come to...
You could say we managed to make the best, but we're still both prisoners. And so we are just wondering, is our request a bit too...
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted, but that's no reason to say no, is it?
We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentence.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memory, and we have full confidence in the...
Your trust is the highest form.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be...
Yeah, I'll always take a genuine...